wanna see my friends time and time again. I wanna hold their hands time and time again. I wanna hear my friends time and time again. I wanna share my life with them time and time again. I wanna hold my friends time and time again. I wanna laugh and cry with them time and time again. I wanna dance with my friends time and time again. I wanna stay up all night with them time and time again. I wanna feel my friends time and time again. I wanna run round and round with them
Oh, what a glorious fade out. Hey, it's Lynn Lavoie. I am Magic Fragmented Dude Person Alphabet, Griswold, Grimm, and Eve Gilbert. In the Hive Mind chat, hello friends and welcome to today's stream. Today's stream is Lobstamonkee Manifold. And that music you just heard was Alphabet said I could play it. Remember, everybody, there is no agency. And Alphabet said I could play that music. We want what's best for you. Today, well, the Lobstamonkee Manifold, and also, what is it? Tadpole Face? Yes, Tadpole Face also. So, the good news is I got a bunch of clips. The bad news is it takes more clicks to show them to you than I thought, because I'm trying this new thing of adding them as media sources in the OBS. Hey, Freedom's Lunch. So this thing here, this Lobstamonkee Manifold, if you're new here, boy howdy is this an episode. But the thing is, there's this group that exists mainly in my mind. I think some people secretly self-identify as lobster monkeys, but to my knowledge, no one has come out of the closet as, hey, I, sir, am at least a part-time lobster monkey. However, there are some participating in the clip stream section of the Reaping Rooms on the Broken Clock Tower Discord, and so that's lobster monkey to me, you know? I mean, you can be just hive mind and then upgrade the lobster monkey. It's all very complicated. But the thing of it is, I have this thing on the topic board here. It says, understanding myself and the army of the 12 lobster monkeys. And that's the topic that's going to get wiped off the board today. I hope you're ready. Oh, wait, you can't be ready. You haven't received your savings throws against mind control, which we do here on the Griswold Grimm YouTube live streams, because you swim in mind control daily, and that's just if you think about advertising. So, roll a savings throw against it. You get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose! If it's over 10, you take half damage from the following mind control. If it's under 10, you take full damage. Survivalists, today with a 15. Socialists, also with a 15. Sophists, 13. The only people that need a bonus today are the heart folks with a 9. I'm a part-time lobster Magic has volunteered as the first officially recognized in a live stream lobster monkey who has volunteered to be so here's a backstory clip to show you and give me some time to recover from how well you did on your savings throws.
And what that does is it self-organizes and you get a structure emerging, right? But then at some point the structure goes critical. The structure can't actually maintain its own growth. And what you see in the sand pile is it avalanches. And what happens is that's an increase in entropy. The mutual predictability between the sand particles drops. It goes, right? Now, if there's too much criticality, it breaks. But if there's not, what happens is the avalanche spreads the sand out, and now a bigger base starts.
I do, since this is a new thing I'm trying, I would really love to know if there's like echo or anything like that in this clip as it plays.
And what that does is it self-organizes and you get a structure emerging, right? But then at some point, the structure goes critical. The structure can't actually maintain its own growth. And what you see in the sand pile is it avalanches. And what happens is that's an increase in entropy. The mutual predictability between the sand particles drops. It goes, right? Now, if there's too much criticality, it breaks. But if there's not, what happens is the avalanche spreads the sand out, and now a bigger base starts to emerge, and it can go higher than it could before. So it cycles between, right, it's self-organizing, and then the criticality means it can transcend as it self-organizes. And what you can look at in the brain is you can look at the part that corresponds to the mound being formed. Neurons they will fire in synchrony together, and when they're firing in synchrony together, that tends to correspond when you get a gestalt in aha, right? And then what they do is they break apart and they fire asynchronously. The entropy goes up, and that allows a new synchrony to form, and then they break apart and a new synchrony, and it oscillates. And this is at many levels of analysis, between small groups of neurons all the way up to the entire brain. And what that is doing, I argue and have argued and published, is that corresponds to frame making and frame breaking in insight. And Stephan and Dixon, for example, have measured entropy when you're going through an aha moment, and that's what happens. You're at this level, and then the entropy really increases, and then you drop to a level that's even more highly ordered in your behavior than before the insight. So you've got an insight, which is a problem-solving experience, phenomenology. It maps into the self-organizing criticality, which you can actually see happening in the brain. That's self-organizing criticality. Small world network I could do too, but it's the self-organizing criticality is how it fires, and the small world network is the way in which your brain connects. So the brain is not connected randomly, and it's not connected regularly. It's connected in this really interesting pattern that tends to optimize between efficiency and resiliency in a network. What's really cool is you'll see the internet organizes as a small world network. Airlines organize as a small world network, right? And so, and it's like, why?
Whoa. Okay, so the reason that applies to us, and now this might be one of them cognitive stretches that we sometimes have to do around here. But imagine, if you will, like the demand for videos to be the grains of sand. And then so like there was that for the Peterson content, and it made the big mountain, and then all these other channels were the little ones that after they diffused the first time and became this ring of other channels that are now firing in this, like what you were just witnessing was the Vanderklay channel, the Pajot channel, and the Vervaeke channel all firing in synchrony. And like this would technically be an asynchronous firing of the synchrony, or a resonant synchrony firing. Is anybody on board with how like we're if it fractals up, out of it's remember embody. Remember, you're in a body. Remember embody. Goose. Hey Goose, how's it going? This stream is all about you, my lobster monkey friend. I have to get to it, but it is. Aren't you the precious? But welcome to Lobster Monkey Manifold stream, a Grimgriz stream on the Grimgriz YouTube channel. You are entropy. What? La. I'm aboard. I am not on board, but I'm also a stowaway. Yes, Grim. Okay, and now, so here, let's see if this next clip that I did go through and load helps.
And what that does is
no, not you again,
self-organize.
sir. This one.
The important thing to come to grips with the fact that a true proper cognitive intelligence can still be made of parts. Those things are, and in fact, it has to be. And I think it's a real shame, but I see this all the time. When you have a collective like this, whether it be a group of robots or a collection of cells or neurons or whatever, as soon as we gain some insight into how it works, right? Meaning that, oh, I see, in order to take this action, here's the information that got processed via this chemical mechanism or whatever. Immediately people say, oh, well, then that's not real cognition, that's just physics. And I think this is fundamentally flawed, because if you...
Speaking of fundamentally flawed, when I was going through making these this morning, some of them I didn't know when to cut it off, and they went way longer than I would have intended. But as you can see, all cognition happens in parts. And the Lobstamonkee parts can form together a beholder, which is what I've been trying to summon for ages now. But we do have both Denizen and Lynn Lavoie currently participating in the Clipstream section of the Discord. And what I've decided would be a great idea is if I integrate the Monster Party Friday with going through the Clipstream. So if you feel like participating just by watching and voting what clips get run on Monster Party Friday, you can go to the Discord and the Clipstream and put emojis on things. And if you do, then you can give yourself a +2 to social mind control savings throws. Or something. Okay, I have to run another clip now, and it's going to take me, I don't know how long to get to it. So here we go. Ready? All right.
The important thing about it is that we have to come to grips with the fact that a true proper cognitive intelligence can still be made of parts. Those things are, and in fact, it has to be. And I think it's a real shame, but I see this all the time. When you have a collective like this, whether it be a group of robots or
how the wrath of Achilles and his conflict.
I could have swore I deleted that one. I could have swore. Could have sworn I deleted it. This should be the one you just saw.
The important thing about it is that...
Okay. And now, that would make this one... No.
The bees are doing this. Are doing this, and you know the squirrels don't get together and sort of have a meeting and say, well, you know, it's who's been like leaving little scratch marks on the roots to let us know exactly how many days that are. The squirrels aren't doing that. There's no, you know, Department of Centralized Squirrel Intelligence that is sort of monitoring all of this. And of course it's the same within our body, but then again it also goes up from us.
Just the word competence is pretty cool in this context because everybody's good at their job somehow.
Yeah, no, it's really key. And the other nice thing about competency is that, so my central belief in all of this is that engineering is the right perspective on all of this stuff, because it gets you away from subjective terms. You know, people talk about sentience and this and that. Those things are very hard to define. People argue about them philosophically. I think that engineering terms like competency, like pursuit of goals, right? All of these things are empirically incredibly useful because you know it when you see it. And if it,
like, you give people propofol, you take them out of consciousness. It's a general anesthetic, and as you bring them back in, what you can see is when they're unconscious, the brain breaks down into local networks, and then when they become conscious, it reconfigures as a multi-scale small world network, and that of course lines up with Tononi's theory in some pretty important ways. Or a similar way, you can forget what it's another anesthetic was used, and I was talking with Brett Anderson about this recently, and you bring people back, and you can see also self-organizing criticality kicking in again, and that's because the firing and the wiring actually mutually constrain each other, and you can actually do this with binocular rivalry too. So you have an image that's presented to two fields of vision, and they can't be held together. And so phenomenologically, you switch between, like you give people propofol, you take them out of consciousness.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Grim Grizz live stream. Lobstamonkee Manifold, starring Goose, the lobster monkey, riding a zodiac manifold. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. Oh, welcome to the Hive Mind Chat, Marty Stauffer. Freedom's Lunch says to me, do you know anything about language poetry, Grizz? That was my life in the 90s. Language poetry seeking, in essence, to kickstart a self-replicating art. Language makes itself. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel is here, but he's squirrely today. I have no emotional understanding, therefore I have no idea why anyone needs it. Phenomenological language is a ghost with shadows. You guys, you don't have to understand what the hive mind is saying. It's that when something that's resonant and important to you comes across, that you catch it. It's that a bunch goes over your head and around you has got to be fine, because it does for me. Oh, man. All right, I'm just going to tell stories now because the clip running has gone horribly astray, and that's fine. I have a bunch, there's a bunch of Thunder Bay rumblings that are really hot sauce as far as how this is all supposed to work, why we're doing it, and, it would have been great if I had beaten Sloth. I think tomorrow's Monster fight, which looks like this. Monster Party! We're going to, tomorrow morning, good times. Please come play. Oh! Is Sloth. I think Sloth will be tomorrow's monster. But, okay, once upon a time, there was this movie about a time traveler who goes back in time, because the scientist, everybody thinks that this terrorist organization called the Army of the 12 Monkeys unleashed this virus plague upon the world, and then a virus plague was unleashed upon the world, and it occurred. There were so many synchronicities between, like, people believing it was something that it wasn't, and that I thought that I could coalesce together an army of monkey reapers to have clips of information brought so that we could sense make together what was really going on. And so, like, I had found myself in a Peterson adjacent corner of the internet. So we just Lobstamonkey we just lobster headed the monkey of the Army of the 12 Monkeys. But over time, as the situation appeared to resolve and turned into just quietly passing vaccination passport legislation, and because Burn Power gave me for being too close to copyright, there was the need and the incarnation of Lobstamonkee Goose. And Lobstamonkee Goose is epic because he's in a clock that looks like an eyeball. And I'm gonna ask Toots if we can get, like, the color sucked out of it, and then sell this to you guys as a PDF, as a coloring thing for your small children's. But the thing is that, like, if I had had the clips arranged properly, is they talk about how one of the ways that consciousness is currently being viewed is as a manifold consciousness with several different eye positions. And to me, that maps perfectly with, where are you, girl? Come out. Come back out. There you are. Maps perfectly to the beholder concept. It's like, I'm an eye position, you're an eye position, and then we all feed into the clip stream, and then the ones selected get broadcast through the big eye. So so there's you run the clip about the eye positions, and then like they don't ever say manifold, but that's what it is. It's because they're all connected in the manifold of different corners of perspective, and manifold means many-fold. And like if you fold your perspective enough times, you get a coherent shape that you can call a self. But welcome to the Grim Grizz live stream, Lobstamonkee Manifold. If there's any point of confusion, oh God, there should be. The zodiac part comes in it occurred to me that like it's kind of a complete set if you have 12. Like the reason the board says the understanding myself in the army of the 12 lobster monkeys is because Jordan Peterson did this understandingmyself.com thing where he got like all sorts of people's great data, okay? And what they got in return was like basically this graph of like where they were in percent compared to everybody else on 5 different traits. But I thought that with that result at least, we could do like constellations of personalities. Like we take the characteristics that are known for a Virgo or a Taurus or whatever, and then we map it onto the configuration constellation from the personality test. And so that's why it says understanding myself in the army of the 12 lobster monkeys. But now I've moved on to thinking that maybe not tying it so much to a personality test is a good idea, that we might be better off tying it to like just the zodiacs themselves and their characteristics. Because like in good zodiac readings, they give you pieces for your parts. They give you like not only your whatever sign, but also your rising sign, and like where Lilith is, and whoo, that's a real kick in the pants. And it's like, sure, maybe it's all giant bullshit, but it may be functional to like map the parts of yourself to these different aspects, like just as a better way to learn and know yourself. And that we might do that together as a group in the Lobster Monkey Circle is part of it. I lean so much harder on getting the Reapers to summon a Beholder, because once we successfully summon a Beholder, the whole effort is sort of self-sustaining. But so that's there's that. I don't. Let's see. The 4 love languages should be see, I was thinking also we could do like a knowledge become a cohort of knowledge seekers sometimes, and like go quest on topics, and all come back around the campfire with what we find on a specific target that we've picked to investigate together as a learning party. But I was thinking maybe that would be a good thing to do with that love languages thing. Maybe I don't know. That Marty says I'm being coherent, which is a miracle. Love and hate. There's hate languages. What? Oh no, it all makes sense now. So, if you are on the Discord and you need access to the clip stream because you make clips and you want to contribute, it's a role change. Once you talk on the Discord, you get the denizen role, because I know you're a person and not a bot or whatever. And then, like, if you want keys to the Reaping Room or the Resonance Hall, then... Because if I give you access to everything right away, it's very overwhelming for people. Wow, okay, so I've had someone say this makes sense. I'm going to call that cause for celebration, and in a successful Lobstamonkee Manifold stream, I do have the clips and I'm constructing. I'll try to make it a video that runs together the whole thing. But thanks guys for being here, and especially for being understanding today. And special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, the production executive, that make this all possible. And remember, Ambody, Goose loves you. he won't say it to your face or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Pretty sure.